gardens, and we're going to learn about all kinds of gardens. But first, we are going to have a guessing game. We have my box, my big box that I have. And let's see. I have my big box, and these are going to be my guesses. We have a tomato, and this one is from my garden. I actually got this one from my garden. So A is a tomato. B, actually it's cut because I made a salad the other day, but this is part of a cucumber. I used some of it because I made a salad. So a cucumber. And C is peppers. Some nice peppers. So C is peppers. So we have some peppers. And D is some corn. Some corn. So A is a tomato. B is a cucumber. C is peppers. And D is corn. So let me give you some hints. Most people eat this vegetable. They put lots of butter on it. They put butter and some salt, and then they eat it. So on this vegetable, they put lots of butter and salt, and then they eat it. Do you know what vegetable that is? Oh, a lot of you said cucumber. And you know what? Maybe you don't have this vegetable where you are. And that's possible, and maybe that's why you didn't know to guess it. So actually, it is D. D is the correct answer, but maybe you don't have corn there. But actually, in the United States, we put lots of butter and salt, and we eat it like that. So maybe you don't have corn, but it was D, but nobody guessed D, so maybe you guys don't have corn where you are. And I apologize for putting that in there if you don't have corn, but a lot of you guessed a cucumber. But maybe you cook cucumber with butter in China, and that's a possibility, and maybe you saute it, which could be done as well. So let's learn about our garden, shall we? Let's move on, and we're going to learn about our garden. So this is Susan from Fast School, and we are going to learn all about gardens this week. You are going to be my gardeners. So first, you have to find a sunny spot. Look in your yard or area, and you find a sunny spot. And if you live in an apartment, you can find a sunny window because you can plant in a container. So find a sunny spot. Sunny spot. And we have G-I-E, Leo, and Jerry in our top three. Terrific job, you guys. Terrific job. Way to start the evening on a Monday. Good job. And Hugo grabbed a star. We're up to 14, 15 stars. Billy just grabbed one. Pick a sunny spot for your garden. Pick a sunny spot for your garden. Pick a sunny spot for your garden. And we have Grace Zoe, Gordon, and Damon. Wonderful job, you three. Top three. Nice to see you in my top three. Soil. The soil has to be good for plants or vegetables to grow. So you need to have good soil. 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 And we have Vito, Anna, and Leo again. So Anna and Vito join Leo in our top three. Great job, you guys. Great job. And we're up to 21 stars. So we're doing well. Make sure the soil is good. Make sure the soil is good. Make sure the soil is good. And we have Leo again, we have Tony, and we have Nani joining Leo. Nani and Tony joining Leo in our top three. Bravo! Bravo, you guys. And we're up to 24 stars. Tom just grabbed a star as well. Garden. There are different types of gardens. Many kinds of gardens. So the garden, pretty garden, garden, garden. And we have David, Bella, and Johnny. 3 new ones to our top 3. Way to go. Good to see you guys in our top 3. And Johnny grabbed a star as well. He's doing both, top 3 and star grabbing. Flatbeds. Flatbeds are just planted in an area of dirt. So you find a patch of dirt and you plant, and that's your flatbed. Flatbeds. 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 And we have Damon, Apple, and Tom. Apple and Tom joined Damon in our top 3. Wonderful job, you guys. Thumbs up. And Dora's son is grabbing a star, and Tony K's grabbing a bunch of stars. Ton of stars. We're up to 56 stars, and Harry and Emily and David are grabbing a star, and Cece. Flatbeds are just in the ground. Flatbeds are just in the ground. They're just planted right on the dirt, right in the ground. So flatbeds are just in the ground. Flatbeds are just in the ground. And we have Emily, Jack, and Leo again. So Emily and Jack are joining Leo in our top 3. Terrific job, you guys. Terrific job. And Emily's grabbing a star. We're up to 61 stars. And Tony K's grabbing more stars. Oh my goodness, Tony's got a ton of stars. Sam just grabbed one, but Tony's grabbing a whole bunch. Whole bunch. I'm curious to see where he's going to be on the leaderboard. Good job, Tony K. Raised beds. Raised beds are in wooden structures raised from the ground. Raised beds are in wooden structures raised from the ground. Raised beds are in wooden structures raised from the ground. Raised beds. Raised beds. Raised beds. And we have Tony, Bella, and Anna. So Tony, Bella, and Anna again. Some repeats in our top 3. High five it, guys. High five it. Welcome back to the top 3. And Johnny's grabbing a star, and Tony C's grabbing another star. Grabbing a bunch of stars, and Tony K is grabbing stars. Tony K's grabbing a bunch of stars. Oh my goodness, we got a bunch of Tonys grabbing stars. And Emily just grabbed one. Good job. Raised beds are beds raised up from the ground. Raised beds are beds raised up from the ground. Raised beds are beds raised up from the ground. Oh, and we don't have any top 3 there, but we do have some star grabbers. Grace just grabbed a star. Alice 1 is grabbing a star. We have up to Tony K's grabbing a bunch of stars. We are going crazy, Tony K. And Simran and Michael and Amy are grabbing stars. We're up to 91 stars. And Mike's got a couple stars. Container. Container. You can also plant your plants in different kinds of containers, like a pot or a tray, like a tray that's like this, and you plant things in. You put it in a tray and put it in front of your sunny window. Or a pot. You could plant something in a pot. Container. 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 Regina, Emily again, and Michael. Woohoo! Woohoo! Good job, you guys. Good job. Top 3. And Tony K, he's going crazy with these stars. And Michael and Emily are getting in the game. They're grabbing tons of stars and see them. Oh my goodness, everybody. And Daisy is grabbing a ton of stars. Ooh, the leaderboard's going to be tough today. Lots of star grabbers grabbing a bunch of stars. Can't wait to see the leaderboard. In container gardens, plants are planted in pots. In container gardens, plants are planted in pots. My tomato plant is in a pot. In my yard, I have a pot, and that's where my tomato grew, in a pot. So in container gardens, plants are planted in pots. In container gardens, plants are planted in pots. In container gardens, plants are planted in pots. Nani, good job, Nani. Repeat for Nani, and David and Angel are in our top 3. Way to go, guys, way to go. And Tony C's grabbing a ton of stars, and Tony and Harry and Angel, and Susan's grabbing a ton of stars, and Bella's getting in there and grabbing a star. Susan grabbed a ton of stars. Woohoo! Woohoo, you guys. Water. All gardens need water. Water. All gardens need water. 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 And we have Tony C, Sophie 1 by 1 by 1, and Grace Zoe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your last name correctly, Grace. I'm so sorry. But Grace, Zhou. So top 3, you guys. Way to go. Dorson and David are grabbing some stars. Woohoo! Good job. Good job. Tony K's grabbing a bunch of stars again. You will need to water your garden daily. 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 Grace Zoe, Grace again. Damon and Jerry are in our top 3. Woohoo! Way to go! Way to go, you guys! Top 3. And Grace, I don't know how I'm going to pronounce your name. Tony K just grabbed a ton of stars! Woohoo! Woohoo! Fertilize. They also need fertilized. Gardens also need to be fertilized. It's like feeding food to your garden. Fertilizer is like feeding food to your garden. Fertilize. 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 And we have Bella, Damon, and Jack in our top 3. Bravo, you guys. Bravo. And Iron Man just grabbed a star. I haven't seen Iron Man for a while. Where have you been? And Bella, Bella is in our top 3. We've got 181 stars. Amazing. Amazing, you guys. Wonderful job. Fertilize the soil from time to time. Fertilize the soil from time to time. So you have to fertilize it. You have to feed your plants. Feed them. It's like feeding them food. Feeding your plants food. Fertilize the soil from time to time. Fertilize the soil from time to time. And we have Regina, Simran, and Damon in our top 3. Woohoo! Wonderful job, you guys. Wonderful job. And Tony K's grabbing a ton more stars. And Tom grabbed one. And Helen's grabbing a bunch. And Michael grabbed one. Plant whatever you like to eat. If you like tomatoes, then plant some tomatoes. You can plant tomatoes in a pot and put it by a sunny window in your house or apartment. So plant whatever you like to eat. Plant whatever you like to eat. Plant whatever you like to eat. And we have Angel, Jack, and Johnson in our top 3. Woohoo! Bravo, you guys. Bravo. And we are up to 196 stars. Tony K still grabbing a bunch of stars. And Emily grabbed one. And Sam grabbed one. Curious to see who's going to be in the leaderboard. And Hugo just grabbed one. So before we do our listen and choose, let's go over some of the words we've learned today, okay? Let's go over some of the words that we've learned. Sunny spot. Sunny spot. Soil. Soil. Gardens. Gardens. Flatbeds. Flatbeds. Raised beds. Raised beds. Container. Container. Water. Water. Fertilize. Fertilize. So those are some of the words that we've learned today having to do with our garden. So let's listen and choose which one it is. You need to find a sunny spot for your garden. You need to find a sunny spot for your garden. Is it A, B, C, or D? And we have Noni, Tony C, and Simran all picked A, because A is a picture of a sunny spot for a garden. B, like it's very shady. That wouldn't be a good spot. C, I don't have that picture. And D shows like it's on a sandy beach, so that wouldn't be good. So A, a sunny spot, would be a perfect spot for your garden. I like container gardens. I like container gardens. Remember I grew my tomato in a container? I like container gardens. And Helen, Rebecca, and Simran all got it correct because they picked C. C is a picture of a container garden. A is a picture of a field. B is a picture of flatbed garden. And D is a picture of a pathway to a garden. But C is a picture of containers gardens. So those are plants in containers. You have to water the garden A, B, C, or D. And Gordon, Sam, and Kevin all picked D because you have to water your garden every day, not every week, every 2 days, every hour, but every day. You want to make sure that your garden has enough water, especially if it's really sunny. So raised beds are what to the ground? Raised beds are blank, A, B, C, or D, to the ground. Raised beds are what to the ground? Oh, Michael C is grabbing a ton of stars before we get to the leaderboard. Woohoo! So raised beds are A, B, C, or D to the ground. And we have Alice 1, Michael Cheng, and Simran all pick C. Raised beds are above the ground, remember, because you have to raise them up, maybe with wooden structures. So they're not under, they're not below, and they're not in, but raised beds are above, like C, above the ground. So if you pick C, like Alice 1, Michael Cheng, and Simran, you got it correct. So what kind of garden do you like? What kind of garden do you like? It's going to depend where you live. If you don't have a yard or an area, you could do a container garden. You could do a pot. You could plant, like I planted my tomatoes in a pot. You could do a pot plant in a container. Your container would be your pot, and put it by a sunny window and grow tomatoes. So what kind of garden do you like? So maybe you have a garden, or your parents have a garden. Maybe you've had gardens before. So there's all kinds of gardens, and every single one of them are good. So depending on what you like, that's the kind of garden you can have, or depending where you live. Sometimes you need to do a container garden because you don't have a yard. So it depends where you live. So let's review our words one more time, shall we? Sunny spot. Sunny spot. Soil. Soil. Garden. Garden. Flatbed. Flatbed. Raised beds. raised bed. Water, water. Fertilize, fertilize. Container, container. So Daisy wants to say hi to everybody. You haven't seen Daisy for a while. She's been kind of missing in action. She hasn't been coming to class. Daisy's been sleeping in and not coming to class lately. Huh, Daisy? Not been coming to class? Want to say hi to the students? Say hello? Say hello? Say sorry I haven't been to class lately? So, I want to recognize a star student today. And I know I had a hard time with this student's name, but this student has been in the top 3 a lot today. So I want to recognize Grace. Wonderful job, Grace. You are our star student today. So let me put you on our leaderboard, our board for star student. A good way to start our week. So Monday, Grace Zoe. Woohoo! And I'm sorry I'm not pronouncing your last name right, but you are our star student today. Woohoo! So shall we see who is on our leaderboard? Are you curious? We've had a lot of stars. Oh, Michael's grabbing a couple last stars and Gordon's grabbing one. Let's see who's on our star leaderboard. Oh my goodness, Tony K with 65 stars. Tony K in first place with 65 stars. Susan in second place with 21 stars. And Michael in third place with 17 stars. So Tony K with 65, Susan with 21, and Michael with 17. Top 3, you guys. Woo, woo, woo. Top 3 on our leaderboard. Wonderful job. Wonderful job. And then in fourth place, we have Katrina with 10, Bella with 9, Sam with 8, and Michael Cheng and Emily with 7, and Daisy. Oh, Daisy, your name's up there. You got 5 stars. 5 stars. And then Johnny with 5. So great job, you guys. Great job. So we had a good class. Tomorrow we're going to learn about vegetables. And that's one of the things we can plant in our garden. So I want you to join me tomorrow as we talk about vegetables. And then Thursday for my cooking class, we are making some really delicious snack bars. So don't forget to join me for my cooking class. So this is Susan from Fast School. Ming, Tian, Jen, good evening, and I will see you tomorrow. And Daisy says goodbye. Can you say goodbye, Daisy? You're a little uncomfortable right there. Can you say bye? Say bye-bye? Bye-bye? Not really, huh? Say bye-bye. She's busy. She's busy. Let's say bye-bye. Bye-bye.